Have you ever been in the moment? Things are heating up, everything feels right, and then that dreaded thought creeps into your mind. Is it going to stay? Am I going to lose it? And the more you worry about it, the more you can physically feel it start to fade. It's a uniquely frustrating and isolating experience. And what do you do in that moment? Your instincts take over. You try to fix it, to force it, to muscle your way through. But here's the paradox, and it's the entire key to solving this. The things your brain instinctively tells you to do to of your erection are the very things that are sabotaging it. In this video, we're going to expose the 3 most common mental mistakes that men make that lead to losing an erection, often without ever realizing they're doing it. More importantly, I'm going to show you the simple shifts in focus that will fix them, allowing you to stay present, confident, and connected with your partner. Before we dive into the mistakes, we need to understand the one fundamental biological process that's really in control here. Think of it as the battle between 2 opposing forces in your body. For an erection to happen and be maintained, your body needs to be in a state of relaxation. You need blood to flow freely into the penis. Imagine a garden hose. To water the plants, the spigot needs to be wide open. This state of relaxation is governed by one part of your nervous system. But there's another, much more powerful force, your survival instinct, which is governed by a hormone called adrenaline. Adrenaline is your fight or flight hormone. When your brain senses any kind of threat, whether it's a real danger or just a high-stakes, anxious thought, it floods your system with adrenaline. And what does adrenaline do? It's a vasoconstrictor. That's a technical term, but all it means is that it squeezes your blood vessels shut. It closes the garden hose. Why? Because in a survival situation, your body isn't concerned with sex. It's concerned with redirecting that blood to your large muscles so you can either fight or run away. An erection requires an open hose. Adrenaline aggressively closes it. The two cannot coexist. Every single mistake we're about to cover is simply a different way of accidentally triggering that adrenaline response, and it's the reason why trying harder always fails. So now you understand the enemy, adrenaline. We've just covered the psychological triggers, the anxious thoughts that release this erection-killing hormone. But what if you could make your body more resilient to these triggers at a fundamental, cellular level? What if you could address the real, underlying biochemical reason that makes you so susceptible to that adrenaline rush in the first place? It turns out you might be able to. I recently came across a fascinating video from a biomedical engineer that reveals a bizarrely simple 7-second home remedy designed to do exactly that. It's a 100% natural approach that reverses the root cause of these performance issues, allowing your body to achieve powerful, lasting erections on command. This is something you need to see for yourself. To watch this short, eye-opening video right now, just open the camera on your phone and point it at the QR code you see on the screen. It will take you straight there. I've also pinned the direct link at the very top of the comments section below this video. Now, while that remedy addresses the core biochemical issue, it's still crucial to understand the bad mental habits that trigger the problem in the first place. Knowing both gives you complete control. So, let's dive into that first common mistake. This brings us to the very first mistake, which often happens hours before you're even with your partner. I call it the pre-game checkup. You know what I'm talking about. You're on your way to a date or getting ready to be intimate. You're feeling a little nervous, a little insecure about whether you'll be able to perform. So, you start doing these little checkups. Maybe you discreetly touch yourself while driving, or you go to the bathroom and try to wake things up just to reassure yourself that everything is in working order. You're essentially asking your body, hey, are you ready to go? Can you do this? You're looking for proof of an erection before there's even a reason to have one. Here's why this is so destructive. You have just turned sex into a pass/fail exam before it has even started. Your penis is now a measure of your success or failure. If you touch yourself and don't get an immediate, strong response, which is perfectly normal, by the way, your brain doesn't think, oh, I'm just not aroused yet. It thinks, oh no, it's not working. I knew it. This is going to be a disaster. Instantly, your anxiety spikes. Your brain perceives this failure as a threat. And what does it do? It releases a shot of adrenaline. You have just physiologically made it harder for yourself to get an erection later on, all because you were trying to reassure yourself. So, what's the solution? It's to shift your focus from inspection to anticipation. Instead of checking on your hardware, focus on the experience itself. On the drive over, think about how much you're looking forward to seeing your partner. Think about the sound of their voice, the way they laugh. Engage in mental foreplay. Build desire and connection in your mind. An erection is a result of genuine arousal, not a switch you can flip on demand. Let it be a welcome guest that arrives when the mood is right, not a performer you force onto the stage for a pre-show audit. Trust the process and stop the checkups. This leads us directly to the second mistake, which happens during the act itself. This is when you feel yourself starting to soften, and your panic instinct kicks in to speed up to save it. This is probably the most common and the most counterproductive reaction. You're in the middle of intercourse, you feel that slight change in rigidity, and your internal alarm bells go off. Your brain screams, "Do something! Go faster! Go harder!" You start thrusting frantically, thinking that more friction and more force will somehow bring it back to life. This has the exact opposite effect. Let's go back to our biology. When you start moving in a frantic, forceful, almost desperate way, your body doesn't register that as pleasure. It registers it as work, as struggle, as stress. Your heart rate skyrockets, your muscles tense up. You are physically mimicking a state of panic. And what does your brain do when it senses panic and struggle? It dumps even more adrenaline into your system to help you survive the struggle. This adrenaline hits your bloodstream and immediately goes to work squeezing those blood vessels in your penis shut. So the very act of trying to force the blood in with speed and friction is what's chemically forcing the blood out. You are literally accelerating the loss of your erection by trying to save it. To help you visualize this, imagine a cross-section of a penis. When erect, the arteries are wide open, like big, plump pipes allowing blood to rush in and get trapped. When you're stressed, adrenaline circulates and squeezes those pipes shut, leaving only tiny trickles. You can't force water through a closed hose. The solution here is to do the complete opposite of what your panic-driven brain is telling you. When you feel yourself start to soften, don't speed up, slow down. Take a deep breath. Stop thrusting for a moment. Just hold your partner. Kiss them deeply. Look them in the eyes. Change positions to something less demanding, where you can just relax and feel their body against yours. The goal is to consciously deactivate the threat response. By slowing down, breathing, and reconnecting, you're sending a powerful signal to your brain that says, there is no danger here. We are safe. It's okay to relax. This calmness is the antidote to adrenaline. It allows the blood vessels to open back up and invites blood flow to return naturally. The third mistake is the most subtle because it happens entirely inside your head. It's when you become the performance monitor. This is when you mentally check out of the experience and become a spectator of your own body. Instead of being present with your partner, feeling them, enjoying them, connecting with them, your entire mental focus goes down to your penis. Your internal monologue sounds like this. How's it doing? Is it hard enough? Oh, I think it's getting a little soft. Okay, focus, focus. Is it better now? What if she notices? You're no longer making love. You're conducting quality control. You have split your consciousness in two, the participant and the anxious supervisor. This is a critical error because arousal is not a thought process. It is a sensory one. It's fueled by what you see, hear, touch, and feel emotionally. When your mental spotlight is aimed at your own penis, it is, by definition, not aimed at your partner. You're missing all the sensory input that creates arousal in the first place. And this active monitoring is, at its core, a form of anxiety. It is a worried, judgmental state of mind. And by now, we know what that triggers, a fresh dose of performance-killing adrenaline. The solution is to retrain your focus. It's a practice, like meditation, called sensory focusing. The moment you catch yourself monitoring, you must consciously and actively redirect your attention away from yourself and onto your partner. Anchor yourself in the present moment using your senses. Pick one sense and dive into it. Focus entirely on the sight of them. The curve of their back, the look in their eyes, the way their hair falls. Then shift toe sound. Listen to the sound of their breathing, the soft noises they're making. Shift tadach. Feel the texture of their skin under your fingertips, the warmth of their body. By fully immersing yourself in the sensory experience of being with your partner, you leave no mental bandwidth for monitoring yourself. You pull yourself out of your anxious head and put yourself back into your body and back into the shared experience. This presence is what fuels natural, effortless arousal. So let's bring it all together. The 3 mistakes: the pre-game checkup, speeding up under pressure, and becoming the performance monitor. All 3 seem like logical things to do, but all 3 are just different paths to the same destination: anxiety. And anxiety triggers adrenaline, which is the biological kill switch for an erection. The solution, therefore, is also the same for all 3. It is a fundamental shift in your mindset. You must move your focus from performance to presence, from manxia to pleasure, from inspection to connection. Stop trying to make an erection happen and instead create the relaxed, connected, and pleasurable environment where an erection naturally wants to happen. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 mistakes was the biggest aha moment for you? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if you found this video valuable, giving it a like is a huge help and allows this information to reach more men who might need to hear it. Thanks for watching.